All right, I'm back at JFK. I had a really great flight on Lufthansa in the 747-400. It was really awesome. So now I'm gonna hop on another flight with American Airlines, and I'm gonna check out their Flagship First Class unique product that they offer in a 3-class plane that they use in domestic flights.
This is the 4th episode in my 2021 Christmas Spectacular series, where I share some spectacular adventures I had throughout the holiday season.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells.
Welcome to New York JFK Airport, where it is a beautiful afternoon. Now, I have to get home to Boston, which is a pretty short ride, and the most convenient way to do that today worked out to be American Airlines. American Airlines is actually the only airline in the US that still offers a true first-class product.
Had you chosen to fly first class instead of economy, you would have had plenty of room in one of our cocoons.
How much is it?
So on a few domestic routes, they operate a really unique plane. It's an Airbus A321, a 3-class configuration. On popular routes like New York and Miami to LAX, they do a first class, a business class, and economy class. It's actually the only one that operates like that on a domestic flight. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna check out their Flagship First product, which typically would sell for maybe $2,000 on a flight to LAX, but I was able to book it for $200 because we're just going to Boston, and this is marketed as regular first class.
Today we'll see what it's like to have a true first-class seat for only a 38-minute flight, and see if American Airlines Flagship First is worth considering. Now, if this was an actual Flagship First flight, then we would be enjoying some of the amenities listed here, such as lounge access, amenity kits, fine dining, and more. My first impression is that it definitely feels more like a good quality business class seat than it does a first class seat.
We're just finishing up the boarding process, and we should be on our way shortly. Once in the air, we're looking at a flight time of 38 minutes. Once again, welcome aboard.
So thanks for choosing American. We're happy to be your airline. Now, if you'll just follow along with me, we'll be on our way.
We pushed back on time, but unfortunately there was no offer of any sort of pre-departure beverages, and this has become the norm amongst US carriers recently.
Lift or lower your face mask while eating or drinking. Please keep your mask on if you want to sleep so we do not have to wake you. In addition, federal regulations prohibit smoking, including the use of vaping devices, at any time on board the aircraft. Electronic smoking devices may not be plugged into any power source, including USB ports and HDMI.
We would lose light pretty quickly after takeoff, but the sunset made for some absolutely beautiful views upon our departure from JFK. On a day like today, any window seat's a good seat, and personally, I'm just happy to be on board. So this won't be the most comprehensive review since I won't have too much time on board today, and sadly no Lou review either. But we'll take a look at the Wi-Fi, which is available for purchase for $12 on board. They also had some personal device entertainment with some live TV available through DirecTV as well. One thing I wasn't a huge fan of is the pop-out screen that had to be stowed for takeoff and landing. There is, however, plenty of storage room around the seat. Here you can have a look at the hidden table. The seat controls are easy to use, and there's plenty of space to plug stuff in. And also plenty of privacy when you're sitting down, which is really nice. The in-flight entertainment, as you can see, is really responsive and fast, and I chose a really great Christmas selection. Soon we were provided with a snack bag and a beverage service. The beverage service did include alcoholic beverages, but I just went with water to stay hydrated. Well, that was sure over fast. I definitely enjoyed my first look at American Airlines Flagship First transcontinental product. Sure, it's definitely a step above the 2 and 2 business class seating in the next cabin, but I would put it more on par with the new JetBlue Mint Suite. Now, from what I've seen, fares on Flagship First can oftentimes be about double what you'd pay for business class on, say, United or JetBlue, so I think that I would definitely save some money here. But that being said, I'd still love to try out the full Flagship First experience at some point in the future. In the next episode, I'll be heading to Italy with Amanda in United Polaris business class. And eventually we'll meet Santa, sleep in an igloo, and go dog sledding. So be sure to subscribe if you aren't already.